Hi there, my name is Hargun Singh, and today I'm here to share my success story about how Dev Assistant made a difference for me. This is my Dev Assistant, and this is my success story. So, I represent CPIT Functions, which is a part of ISPL. The name of my project is iCar. iCar is basically a tool that we have created from scratch, in which we create PDF reports for external auditors based on client data available with us on various data platforms like Data Hub, which collect from which we collect and generate PDFs. Our project is based on latest tech stack and it is created from scratch. Namely to say, we use Java 17, Angular 17, Docker, Kubernetes, and a fully automated CI/CD pipeline. Since it's a project that's created from scratch, you will the Dev Assistant made a huge impact. So, talking a bit about the problems I faced before the Dev Assistant came into the picture, I had to do a lot of R&D as it was a project from scratch, and I had to decide on various things from starting from how to implement a component to how the architecture should be like for a particular flow. The second thing after R&D that made a lot of time for me was I had to do a lot of code refactoring as it was a very robust project and kept on changing. So to handle those changes, a lot of code refactoring and manual work, for example, like changing the table structure and all had to be done. The third thing, which was a bit more functional, was we initially had no or less BAs, and we also had a lot of technical stories for which we had to create Jira stories as developers, and we also lacked a comprehensive documentation, which was a task which we had to dedicate some time to. And the fourth thing that made a lot of impact, was a major issue was at that time was debugging and troubleshooting issues, which could be starting from how to getting Angular loaded on your machine to how to get a PrimeNG version compatible with your Angular 17 to all various features. So how Dev Assistant helped me? So in field of R&D, Dev Assistant was a huge boost. Since Dev Assistant has a large knowledge base, I was able to leverage that and perform R&D very effectively. If some data was not present with the Dev Assistant, I went ahead and used online sources to provide it as context and get better summaries and better insights. The second thing that Dev Assistant helped me was it started acting as a fellow developer and as also an experienced developer who can assist me with my coding. So code refactoring, code generation got a lot easier. Functional stories creation also got a lot easier since now I can go ahead and give it a brief outline of what type of stories I want, give it an example, and it will generate a story for me in the exact format I want. And of course, it acted as a friend, it acted as a guide, which and helped me to increase my knowledge. Whenever I came up with a solution, I went to the Dev Assistant and asked, can I improve my solution in a better way? And Dev Assistant helped me in these cases. To summarize, the impact that Dev Assistant had, for around 40 to 50% of times I use it for code generation. Troubleshooting got very easy because I was able to go ahead and instead of going to a forum and reading, I was able to provide a context and get very detailed information. Creating documentation got very easy. I just had to provide code or information and it generated it for me automatically. And finally, I had an assistant or a fellow developer, I can say sometimes, whose brain I can pick to gain more insights to improve my code. So for me, the Dev Assistant has been a boon, from a developer who never used Code Assistant to someone who scored number one position in leaderboard. This was all possible thanks to the Dev Assistant. So I hope I continue leveraging it and making more better solutions and improving myself as a developer. Thank you.